Today I'm going to be doing some strength training. I'm going to be focusing on my legs. I'm going to be doing some RDLs, which I actually really enjoyed last week when we done them. So I got to 180 kilo for a couple, which I want to try get 3 reps of that today potentially, which will be nice. I'm really just trying to really push heavy on my RDLs. It's an exercise that I like just going heavy at, to be honest, rather than lightweight. I remember when not started the gym, but I remember when I started RDLs and I was literally doing 60 kilo, which is still like a good weight, right? So if you're doing 60 kilo, be proud of that because it is like a heavy weight. But to think I was doing that and now I'm doing 180 is crazy. I'm like, that's sick. I'm happy with that. I'll be real. Like, I can't not say I'm happy with that progression. And that was only like 3 years ago, maybe. I think 3 years ago when I was doing 60 kilos. So my legs, my core, my lower back have all gotten much stronger, which I'm pleased about. So I'm just going to keep pushing. It will be nice to get to 200 kilos on RDLs at some stage, maybe by the end of the year. I'm still slowly bulking, which is going really well. So I'm not gaining too much weight at the moment. I can't see I'm gaining too much weight. Still looking lean and feeling stronger. The only issue I have right now is I can't test my strength upper body wise because I can't train my upper body. My shoulder recovery is, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know how to explain it because I don't really see the benefits of me resting it right now. I can still feel it constantly. I was hoping if I rest it for a week that it would feel much better, or I'd at least see some improvement for, like, mentally I can say to myself, okay, at least like I'm resting it and it is getting better, rather than me resting it, skipping gym sessions and I see no benefit from that, which is getting to my head. But try not to think about it because I love training so much, and the fact I can't even train like my favorite things that I like to train is hard, I'll be real. So I've just been doing arms and legs recently, doing my leg day today, and then I'm gonna do arms tomorrow. Monday, when that comes around, whether I try chest, I don't know, because I don't want this week of recovery, or this week of rest at least, to go to waste. So I'm still debating to myself if I actually do train chest on Monday. I just have to take each day as it comes and go from there, and hopefully I start to see some sort of progression within the healing process. Honestly, everything's going pretty well at the moment. I really enjoyed my last upload with the Q&A because it's a sense of actually connecting with the people who watch my videos, and I like to answer questions when people ask me questions in my comment section. I love replying, and I do take my time to really think about my answer. So I think we should just make it a thing nowadays. If you have any question regarding fitness or just like mentality, then put it in the comment section and I'll just reply to it next video. Like, I'll actually read it out from my previous video and we can just go through it because I think it's nice. I just like that. I like connecting with you lot. Yeah, let's go train some legs. I actually don't know what I'm going to start with. Probably leg curls, which I don't actually film because the positioning is really awkward. So I'll probably see when I'm starting my RDLs, and I might go for some leg press as well later. I just see where the session takes me because I'm in this situation where I don't really have my workout plan. I'm a bit all over the place at the moment. Yeah, it has to happen. It's part of the journey, right? So yeah, I'll catch you lot in the gym.
After noise, the mind starts inventing its own weather. The silence doesn't stay empty for long. It begins to fill with things that were waiting behind the volume, not memories in order, but fragments. A door you didn't mean to open, a sentence you never finished, the shape of someone's absence. You realize the past was never gone. It was only kept at a distance by constant sound. And now the distance is gone too. existential about this quiet. Not peaceful, not clean, or like a stripped room where you can't pretend the furniture matters. The world continues outside, perfectly functional, but inside you feel the absurd gap between movement and meaning. You can still do everything you used to do: wake, work, speak, answer, but the reason behind it all becomes thin, as if it were made of the same air the silence is made of. Noise gives the illusion of direction. It makes the day feel inevitable. It keeps you moving, but silence exposes the fact that nothing is inevitable, that you are choosing, always choosing, even when you call it routine. And when you see that too clearly, it can feel like vertigo. It is strange to realize how much of existence is held together by distraction, and not because a distraction is evil, but because attention is heavy. When you look directly at your own life for too long, it starts to look unfamiliar, like a sentence you've repeated so many times it loses meaning. And then the oldest question returns, not as a thought, but as a pressure in the chest. What is all this for? There is no answer in the silence. That is its cruelty. The quiet does not comfort you with explanations. It does not hand you a moral. It only makes space. It only removes the cover. It leaves you alone with the fact that meaning is not hidden somewhere in the world, waiting to be found. It has to be carried, constructed, chosen again and again. Sometimes I think that's why we keep the noise around, because noise lets us forget that we are responsible for our own meaning. It lets us believe the world is doing it for us, that the rhythm is enough, that the motion will justify itself. But after noise, none of that holds. You feel the raw structure of being alive, the absurd simplicity of it. You are here, and one day you won't be. Between those two facts, you build a life. And the building is yours. No one else can do it for you. No one else can make it real. And still, even knowing that, you keep breathing. That might be the only honest thing in the room. Not hope as a bright idea, not optimism, just the stubborn fact of continuation, the small decision to remain, even when the silence makes everything feel optional. So I sit with it, the wide, indifferent quiet. I stop trying to defeat it with volume, and in that stillness, something becomes clearer, not an. After noise, the mind starts inventing its own weather. The silence doesn't stay empty for long. It begins to fill with things that were waiting behind the volume. Not memories in order, but fragments. A door you didn't mean to open. A sentence you never finished. The shape of someone's absence. You realize the past was never gone. It was only kept at a distance by constant sound. And now the distance is gone too.
Alright, session time, probably not the best session in the world, to be honest. I wasn't completely happy with it, mainly because of my RDLs. If I'm being honest, the only reason I failed RDLs, at least in my opinion, is because I warmed up quite heavily with leg curls. I went 3 working sets to failure. So I think my hamstrings were already quite fatigued. And usually I start with RDLs, so I think that's the difference there. I still got the 180, but it's not for as many reps as I would have liked, to be honest. But apart from that, you know, we tried, we failed, and we tried again. So that's the main thing. I knew I had it in me, so I had a little bit of a rest. Went for the 180 again and did hit it. So yeah, I ended it off like fairly nicely, but it's not what I wanted. At the moment, training is just kind of tough because I can't train what I want to train. I'm still turning up, which is the only thing I'm really happy about. Not too worried about making too much progression right now, just because I know I physically can't push myself. Even doing an RDL, I'm still using my shoulder technically to stabilize the movement. So things like that, although physically sometimes I'm not too bothered about it, mentally it is in my head to think when I'm going down, if my shoulder just goes a little bit, then it's going to put me out for a long time. So I am still trying to keep it fairly steady until I am back to at least 90%, and then I can slowly start to think about increasing the weights again. It's a very long journey, and you just have to make sure that you keep going. Take every day as it comes, keep putting the most effort that you can possibly put in, and in the long run it's going to benefit you. So just make sure that you do keep pushing forward, never give up, and just believe in yourself.